Back to men's basketball. No matter what the sport, it's supposed to be tough to beat a team twice in one season or twice in a short period of time. Do you buy that theory?
I think everyone would buy that theory. There's two factors that come into play. Motivation for the team that lost. They want to avenge that loss. And then the scouting. You've played a team once, you get to know them really, really well. And then when you do it again in that short period of time, like we see USD playing Ball State here, usually the advantage does go back to that team that lost the first one.
All right, USD played at Ball State 2 weeks ago. Ball State won it by 11. They played again this week in Vermilion. Coyotes in the home whites for this one. Ball State in the road reds at the Dakota Dome. Good game for USD guard Brandon Boss. He had 17 points. Coyotes had a 4-point lead 5 minutes in. Boss also had 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He finds Tyler Flack for 2. Flack had 7, but the Coyotes were chilly. Just 29% shooting in the first half. Ball State got out to a 5-point lead at the half and then shot the lights out in the second half. Ball State made 5 of 6 threes in the second half, shot 54%, and Ball State beats the Coyotes again 80-73 in this one. But Javal Miles had 24 in that game for USD. The Coyotes are competing, Brad, but Coach Boots wants to do more than that, right?
Yeah, and it begins with defense and rebounding for USD. They've got to get better in those two departments. Being out-rebounded by about 6 per game on average this season, and in that Ball State game gave up 46% from the three-point line.
All right, we'll see if the Coyotes can turn some of these close losses into wins as we go along here. Meanwhile, some good cross-conference matchups, including Summit League teams. Indiana State at IUPUI and Kansas City at home against Appalachian State. Indiana State is picked to finish 7th in the Missouri Valley this year. IUPUI picked to finish 5th in the Summit. That's John Hart, has led the Jags all year, but he was just 1 of 11, had 7 points. Jake Odom for Indiana State, one of 2 guys that led the Sycamores with 18, and Indiana State led by 6 at the half. That's Justin Gann. He only had 4 points, but those 2 were pretty, and the Sycamores shot 50% for the ball game. Speaking of pretty, Donovan Gibbs goes reverse for the Jags. He had 12. But Indiana State got the lead, never gave it up, built it to 18 in the second half, and the final is 75-61 Indiana State. In Kansas City, the Roos in Appalachian State out of North Carolina. Nelson Kirksey came off the bench for Kansas City, was perfect from the field. He took 8 shots, made them all. Kinsey added a couple of free throws, led Kansas City with 18 points, and the Roos got 15 from Eston Tyler. 12 from this man, Thomas Staten, but Kansas City down just 1 at the half, and they fall 81-71 to Appalachian State. In Rochester, Michigan, the O-Arena, Oakland hosting Valparaiso. Oakland got good efforts from everybody in the starting 5. Ryan Bass, 4-2 there, and then Bass will come back. Same end, same result, except 3 this time. Ryan Bass, Duke Mondi, and Travis Bader. Bass banging that in. Bader, Mondi, and Bass all had 16 for Oakland. Oakland led by 10 early in the second half and held on to win it by 2, 70-68. 8 in a row at home for Oakland. All right, here are the men's standings through December 17th. NDSU and SDSU with 9 wins already. And we are back with women's basketball right after this.